Hello friends, welcome to Live Traveling. Today we'll see
Chihuahua Mexico Complete Travel Guide, Things to Do. Chihuahua Mexico, a prosperous industrial city in the north of Mexico. Chihuahua is on the western flank of the desert of the same name. Chihuahua's 18th century cathedral is the outstanding Baroque monument in the north of the country and is the highlight of an engaging historic center. A few giants of Mexican history lived in Chihuahua, either out of choice or under duress. In the latter category were independence leader Miguel Hidalgo, who was executed at the Federal Palace in 1811, and President Benito Juarez, who decamped to Chihuahua during the French incursion in the 1860s. The folk hero and revolutionary, Pancho Villa, had a home in Chihuahua, and in the courtyard of his mansion is the Dodge car in which he was assassinated in 1923. 1. Historical Museum of the Mexican Revolution. On Calle Decima you can visit the home of Pancho Villa, one of the protagonists of the Mexican Revolution of 1910 to 1920, and well known for his guerrilla campaign against the United States Army. The estate was acquired by the government upon the death of Villa's widow Maria de la Luz Corral in 1981 and is chock full of memorabilia relating to the Mexican Revolution. There are documents, weapons, personal effects, and, in the main entrance, an intriguing photograph of the 25 women claiming to be wives of Pancho Villa. He was assassinated in 1923 and his bullet-riddled car is on show in the courtyard. 2. Quinta Gameros on Paseo Boulevard. The Quinta Gameros is a lavish Art Nouveau residence ordered by the entrepreneur Manuel Gameros for his wife. Work began in 1907 and was completed at the dawn of the Mexican Revolution, so this Porfirian couple was never able to stay in the building. The house is decorated with Art Nouveau furniture from the Requena collection and has quirky and more lavish details to keep an eye out for. The ground floor has a double staircase under a Tiffany-stained glass window, as well as wooden reliefs carved by European artists based in Mexico City. 3. Centro Histórico. Bounded on the north by Avenue Niños Héroes, to the east by La Avenue Pacheco, the south by La Avenue 20 de Noviembre, and to the west by Boulevard Diaz Ordaz, the Centro Histórico is where all of Chihuahua's oldest architecture can be found. Like all Mexican cities, Chihuahua was plotted on a grid system, so is simple to navigate. Some monuments to track down that aren't on this list are the Neobaroque Casa Creole, 1894, at the corner of Libertad and Calle Segunda, the handsome Central University Hospital building from 1897 and the Francisco Villa Mausoleum, 1914, in Parque de la Revolution. The spacious Plaza Mayor features the Ángel de la Libertad, a 37-meter Ionic column capped with a golden angel, to commemorate the independence leader Manuel Hidalgo. 4. Chihuahua Cathedral. Regarded as northern Mexico's finest Baroque monument, Chihuahua Cathedral is on the south side of Plaza de Armas and dates from 1725. The facade stands out for its use of Solomonic columns, which aren't common in New Spanish Baroque architecture. Some of the fittings that you can see here were produced abroad, like the octagonal window commissioned in Germany, and the clock made in London. Just inside the portal is a beautiful carved wooden nave screen with a carved relief of St. Peter and St. Paul. In the Capilla del Cristo de Mapamay is a remarkable 18th century reredos, blending the Baroque style with folk art and sporting a highly venerated image of Christ. 5. Museo Casa Chihuahua. Occupied by Chihuahua's Federal Postal Service up to 2004, the old Federal Palace is now an exhibition center and museum. The basement is where the independence leader Miguel Hidalgo was imprisoned by the Spanish in 1811 from April until his execution in July. The museum revealing of his cell was opened in 1972 and has a few of Hidalgo's belongings and documents, and a bronze inscription recounting the words he wrote with coal in the hours before his death. The galleries on the ground floor and basement stage for exhibitions a year on topics relevant to the state of Chihuahua, while the top floor has a museum about the state, exploring its folk heritage, mountains, plain and desert. 6. Nombre de Dios Caves. The 8-million-year-old Nombre de Dios Caves are only 15 minutes from the center of Chihuahua, beside the Sacramento River. On an hour-long visit, you'll investigate 1,330 meters and 12 different chambers, descending 85 meters below the surface via a network of sturdy and well-lit walkways. The caves are loaded with surreal stalagmites and stalactites, and at El Corazón de la Gruta there's photo-worthy opening in the rock with the shape of a heart. 7. Government Palace. Up to 2004, the Government Palace next to the Museo Casa Chihuahua was where the legislature of the state of Chihuahua sat, and the building continues to hold the executive offices of the governor. But there's something much more intriguing about this location, as it is the very place where Miguel Hidalgo was executed by Spanish firing squad in 1811. The Altar de la Patria, Altar of the Fatherland, installed in 1956, is at the location where Hidalgo fell. There's also a mural showing Hidalgo's last moments, painted in the late 50s by Aaron Peña Mora. This initial piece was such a success that Peña Mora was then commissioned to decorate the entire first floor. 8. San Francisco Temple on Calle Libertad. The San Francisco Temple is one of just a handful of monuments in Chihuahua still standing since colonial times. It was begun in 1717 within 10 years of the city's foundation and was completed in 1789. As the name implies, the church was established by the Franciscan order, and with its plain whitewashed walls it has the no-frills style associated with the Franciscans. If you're on the Miguel Hidalgo Trail, there's a monument to the independence leader right in front of the church, and a stone in the church marks the place where he was buried between 1811 and 1823 before his body was moved to Mexico City. 9. Plaza de Armas. Between the current Ayuntamiento building and the cathedral is Chihuahua's the Plaza de Armas, which is the heart of the Centro Histórico and took on its current layout in 1895. On each corner of the square are bronze allegorical statues, cast in Paris and representing labor, commerce, agriculture and mining. Also here, among the symmetrical gardens is a wrought iron French-style bandstand and a statue of Don Antonio de Dezuayaloa, the governor of Nueva Vizcaya who founded Chihuahua in 1709.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe.